Hello and welcome to another update video about MATIC. MATIC is in the pivot area, the decision point. We've got a bit of support here in this area after rallying in what I believe could be a wave one, but it looks pretty unhealthy, this structure. It's a right mess, this structure. Could even be possible, you can consider that maybe even an ascending wedge here, where you can see we broke out, retest from below, but from a FIB support point of view, I'm looking at it actually as that we've hit a possible pivot, obviously, a possible A wave low in a wave two after we rallied in a possible wave one. And this is an area where I would expect turnaround, at least temporarily, in possibly a B wave. So from here, if it really bottomed here, it has a good chance to move to 138 as a minimum, I would say. I mean, you can get a B wave which is really shallow. Fair enough, I had a comment yesterday, that's true, to 133, but that's really nothing. I mean, it's possible, but I often see also in the crypto market the B waves to go at least to the 50% level. So I will leave the 38.2 FIB level off the chart. Should rally from here as long as it's holding the Tuesday low, which was here at 119 or 120. It should be able to get to 138. A signal that we are indeed breaking out and have bottomed here locally would be a break above 130. But yeah, I wouldn't rule out one more low here maybe. I mean, it needs to hold 116. As long as it's holding 116, this count is valid and likely in my opinion. And to be honest, it has come down quite a bit. I mean, it did sell off of the resistance I did give you at the time, around about 23%. I mean, I think it's time for at least a bit of a bounce. That bounce would be a so-called bull trap. A lot of people would call that a bull trap. I call it a B wave, which is just a corrective wave. Only really if it breaks above 149, I would talk again about a breakout, because until then it can just be a B wave. If it goes above the 78.6 retracement, however, it is very unlikely it's still a B wave with that impulsive sell-off. So yeah, B wave and then C down. That's what we discussed in yesterday's video. We still have on the chart here the possible wave C scenario where we come down a little bit lower. In this scenario would make 5 waves down instead of 3, but it would still operate in a very similar way. Wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, wave 4, wave 5, where we could come down a little lower instead of A, B, C. Yeah, this is what we will see, but for now I would look at this as a possible turnaround space pivot point, also because we've got the 50-day moving average coming here that's currently at 116 at that 50% FIB retracement down there, and we've got the previous support here, previous resistance here, previous resistance here. So it's a bit of a relevant one here, this area around 116. Okay, so there is support block and also FIB support, and also I believe we have enough waves down to continue to count that as an A wave complete. So just a bit of patience. For now it doesn't really make the impression it wants to rally. It's a bit weak, that reaction, but you know, these can turn around at an instant. But it's not necessarily high confidence because the count is not very healthy, or this structure isn't very healthy, and therefore I've highlighted this only in orange. Yeah, it's not necessarily a high probability turning point here. It's also quite a small one between 116 and 126 if you consider that within just sort of 2 or 3 days, okay, within a week it dropped like what was it, like 22%, 23%. So yeah, if we look at the indicators, on the indicator side, you can see it was actually oversold. I think we looked at that, maybe not the last video, but the video before that. We saw a bullish divergence appear. I think there was a time frame where we saw a slight bullish divergence, if I'm not mistaken. I might mix that up with another chart, to be honest. Because we didn't really see one, but it came into the oversold area, so a little bit of a bounce. Momentum on the 4-hour chart here goes back to the upside. Yeah, bullish momentum is increasing. Basically prevented here a bearish crossover. That is one of these points where I'm saying, okay, there's a good chance that we are turning around here, because it was the bulls were able to prevent a bearish crossover on the 4-hour chart. So let's see how that's going to play out. On the daily, you can see that the negative momentum is sort of still increasing. However, if you see that it seems to be slowing down, and maybe the next daily bar will be a light red one, which would indicate reduction in negative momentum. And yeah, not really anything to see here. It broke below 50 on the daily RSI. It would need to recover that quite quickly. Yeah, ideally it needs to get back above that to indicate we're still back in an uptrend. But then again, you know, on the daily we are actually back in a downtrend, or at least you could say on the shorter time frame we're back in a downtrend ABC. So it's actually okay if we go below 50, because it would indicate probably a several week long correction here in 3 waves. So that's actually fine. But yeah, we would want to see some kind of increase in bullish momentum on the shorter time frame. So the 4-hour is doing that with the MACD, and on the 1-hour as well. So let's see if this is playing out. We are going to see a bullish cross above the 0 line on the MACD, and we already saw a break above 50 on the relative strength index on the 1-hour chart. So maybe that gives us that momentum to push higher here, but it's very, very early days, and for now we need to keep an open mind that it might even drop once more lower, but again it needs to hold 116. Yeah, okay, and that's my update about MATIC. I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe, and if you really like the content, please check out the channel membership. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.